times. Jesse, this guy's proven to be worth all the attention.
Yeah, he's delivering. And remember, David, there was a lot of preseason hype around this guy. Each and every week, this dude has been making big-time plays. To me, he looks much improved from a season ago, and he's got this offense rolling.
Yeah, and the quarterbacks touch the ball every play. Their stats are good. Rushing stats count. Touchdowns, obviously. So it gets inflated. But if he can keep this consistency, it's still early in the season.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And that's going to be the challenge for this offense tonight, is holding up against this pass rush. They are one of the best defenses in the entire nation because of their ability to get pressure on the quarterback. They're going to have to do a much better job tonight protecting their guy, or they've got no shot.
He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Pulled down at the 29 after getting 5. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
Yeah, it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that
intercepted for the 11th time. And they're dragging down after a good return on the interception.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his... DB jumped all over that.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Flanagan. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit.
This is a team right now playing with tons of confidence because of how much their defense is dominating. Just look what they did the last time they took the field. And look what they're doing early in this game. They've got dudes flying around.
He wants to go deep. Runs out to 25 in stride. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. From the red zone, looking for a man. Grabbed in the middle. It's Barrett. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. 2nd down coming up with this red zone opportunity. Let's go. Let's go. The give to the back. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Notre Dame has it now, 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. Needed one more turn of the legs to get it in there, and he's denied just inches away from the touchdown.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Trying to barge their way in. And there was no stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold on.
They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. Good, right down the goal line. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So guys, we'll get another look at this offense. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Here's the handoff. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Oh, they really could have used that as their physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And here comes the punt team. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up the big return. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He'll take the deep shot. He's got it on the outside. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. He picked up a big chunk of yardage there. There will be Irish jigs going in the stands.
Yeah, and a lot of excitement. If they can find these down-the-field explosive plays and find a wide receiver out there they can depend on, this offense can really explode and take off to a new level.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. Being started out great on this drive, but then a couple of incompletions, and now it's 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete to the right. Around and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another 1st down. They're looking to pass from the red zone. He wants it all. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Good timing on the quick out. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed. And if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Trying to get rid of it. And they can't Let's see what that's about.
Hold on. Offense.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. Splits the uprights. Good. That'll give them an early 6-0 lead. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So the kickoff team is out there ready to put it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. He'll bring it out. It's Horn. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They'll ride Davis here. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one.
Listen, I would feed this guy. Listen, I can run RPOs all I want, but I just need to know if it's a tie, give it to this guy. He'll make plays. He's got speed. He'll hit the hole. It's a physical runner, so I keep feeding this guy for sure.
He'll keep it himself. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Second down, he'll throw it. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. It's caught. What a tough break for the defense. You get a hand on the football, and they still make a big play.
Man, how difficult is that? The ball is deflected. To be able to keep your eyes on the football, continue to concentrate. From the fortuitous bounce, Reese, a nice break to him. Makes the catch, makes the big play down the field.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. This offense needs to avoid getting in its own head, getting domed up with its play calling in the red zone. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Sprints into the end zone for a touchdown. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's correct. He stopped shorter than 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Here come the Irish, back on offense. These two teams swapping early scores, and they'll try to move back on top, starting the drive down 7-6. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Off the play fake on first down, the throw. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass on second down. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. The Irish send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits zero. Leaves it with the back. They make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. Gives it on the option. Miles ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
That's why it's so important to have success on first and second down. They're running the ball on second down. You trust your O-line to get the job done. The running back does his. And now, with the positive play, you're setting it 3rd and inches. And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
Rushes on him. Complete to the right. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. New set of downs after the completion. Power football with the run. Breaks into the open. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll try the run. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Looks as if they're going to pass on a chance to take the lead with the field goal and go for it on 4th down. Needs it to keep this drive alive. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Got him looking wide, but they're going to throw it. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
You've heard us talk about it a million times. Find the tight end in the red zone. Use the big bodies, right? Well, they do. And he drops it. That is not normal for the tight end position. These are the guys you depend on down here in this area.
Quarterback making checks. Second down, they'll go to the air. Might be looking to run. Trying to find the end zone. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. It's 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Trying to pound it in. Into the end zone for the touchdown.
Man, I love the physicality of this offense.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Pushes for the goal.
Football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
The short hands, it's Brady. Oh, he's got some space. Smashes ahead. Out of bounds he goes, and the territory. Looking for a crease. It's Bray.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. Back to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Richardson. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. He's at the 22. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Hauls it in. And out of bounds right at the 12-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Here's a hit. And the pass is broken up, incomplete, but there is a penalty flag on the field, and they may be throwing it in reverse. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line getting set on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Give to the back. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over. A chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. To the air on 1st down. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there. Oh, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. He's got him this time. Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offensive success.
He'll have enough for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 45. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Just keep slinging it. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Going right and going deep. He's got it. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. 2 of their 3 red zone trips have come up empty. They'd like to punch it in here on 2nd and goal. Big guy smells it. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. They rode their running back, but he could not make it. It'll be 4th down.
Second quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a two-point play here, right? You've got a play you practice all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
He wants to throw it. It's caught. It's a touchdown.
And trusting your quarterback in these situations is huge, and you can tell they trusted him, and he delivered right before the half, the chance to take the lead and take all the momentum.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Looking for blockers. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Coming out on first down with the play fake. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Behind his tight end. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Looking downfield on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Williams. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Got a man, it's Gilbert. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. Fires to the big zone. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Wants to go up top on first down. Pressure coming. And the defense wraps up the first half by taking it to the quarterback and getting the sack. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great one in South Bend going on. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas there in the shadows of touchdown Jesus.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. He'll bring it out. It's Horn. Slips through the line. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
We just went to half. We drew up all these adjustments and things we got to do differently to take advantage. I found the special teams coming out to start the second half and setting the tone. Taking the kick all the way back for 6. You don't draw it up any better than that.
He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Wants to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Flanagan. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. That's why the good Lord invented tight begins, isn't it, David? Get a good pickup on first down, open up the entire playbook.
Man, it just makes life so easy on quarterbacks. I mean, you got these guys that are so gifted athletically that you can do everything with them. They're like overgrown wide receivers, and now understanding zones and how to attack them. It's just unbelievable when you got these kind of big athletes.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Here comes the offense onto the field again. They wheeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had a much better field position this time around. Toss sweep right. Finding open areas. They'll mark him out of bounds right at the 45-yard line. He now has 85 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. He's got it again. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, this running back has been the only guy who's touched the ball these first two plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on third down expecting him to get the ball again.
They'll run for it on third and short. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Oh, they're after him. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. So they'll send out the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. After the missed field goal, still an 8-point game, and guys, more importantly, still a one-possession game. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Release to the back. With the catch, it's Bray. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The Irish come to the line facing second and short. The play action fake. Grab near the marker. It's Gilbert. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening. They've got it at the 37. It's first and 10. The give on the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Irish will need to move the sticks on third and long to keep this drive going. Motion from the wide receiver. On third down, he drops the throw. A strike downfield.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are gamblers after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride, right? I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback and wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
On the run from inside his own 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Oh, what vision. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
I'll tell you, you're lucky if you're watching a college football game and you see one return for a touchdown. That's now his second of the game. This guy is absolutely lethal. He's shown you his open field running ability. He's shown you his speed. I'll be shocked if anybody kicks his way the rest of this game and the rest of the season.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here come the Irish back on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods.
Just keep moving. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Let's see how they set the tone on 1st and 10. Rides the back on the option. Give. Defense fills those gaps. He's got one to the 28.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this is why this team is losing this game. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times, almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
He gets a block. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I can go for more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish strong.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down the end zone.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Great play by the defense there, getting a tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, 3rd quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Leaves it with the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. He just barely got enough of that one.
decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They're on the cusp of what would be an historic loss, falling as the #1 team in the country unless pulls it in down the middle. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. Notre Dame right back to the line.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that round.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. And now this offense will take the field again. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now they move the ball down the field and execute.
There he goes. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
And he finally breaks when they get rewarded. They've been trying to run the football, Palmer, but just haven't had success all day.
Yeah, and the staff never gave up on him, too, right? They kept giving him opportunities, and maybe that's the run that starts to open things up here later in this game for this guy.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll run it. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Looking for a gap. It's Hardy. He is denied. Cannot get to the first down marker, and it's 4th down coming. Here comes the field goal unit. There is no doubt. At this point in the game, this crowd knows how big this kick could be. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. And they'll push that one down a little further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the field. Nice kick, nice job.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Motion from the back. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. So now it's 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Grabbed over the middle. It's Gilbert. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got a man. It's Richardson.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. Like, it's late in the football game. You know they're passing the football because you're up a couple of scores. You pin your ears back. You try to get to the quarterback. Play smart. Make sure you rally to the football tackle and don't give up the big plays.
Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one.
And now he's in the 400 club, 400. That's a pretty good day at the office when you're putting up over 400 yards. This defense hadn't had a lot of answers.
Trying to get behind the defense. Intercepted. Yes, even a Heisman Trophy contender can have a miscue.
The #1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And these drops can be very frustrating because you know he wants the football, and he demands the football. Receivers a lot of times walk in the hole, throw me the ball. I've heard worse stories than that and worse language, but calling for the football, got to make plays, man. That's how you get more balls thrown in the direction.
And they did everything right in this 4-minute type situation, trying to bleed the clock. First you get the completion, then you get the first down, and you stay in bounds. You could not execute that play any better.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Pulls and throws. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end is the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
With the catch, it's Horn. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown.
Hold on. Offense.
A costly penalty wipes out that third down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Makes the grab. It's Horn. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Let's see what he can do with it. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Here come the Irish back on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Catch in the middle. It's Williams. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. Near the sticks. It's Richardson. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Looking to throw again. Got it in the middle. It's Flanagan. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Back to pass. Caught close to the marker. It's Richardson. Right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on the score. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Grant. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. Looking to fire. Skips away from pressure. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can. Got nothing last time. Now second and goal from the 3.
Your plays.
Wants to go up top. Looking for the goal line. Give him
interesting spot for me now because you're going to have to go for two regardless. I don't know if it's now or if it's later when you score, but at some point you're going to have to pull the trigger. So that's a you decision, but nice job by this offense getting the touchdown now to give yourself that opportunity to have a choice.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. What a battle this game was. Went right down to the end. Number one team in the land gets knocked off. But sometimes this gives you a chance to recalibrate some things, guys.
Yeah, and they're going to have to go back and watch this film and face some tough truths as well because we know they've got a ton of talent. And this is a team that when they're playing their A game, they look like the best team in the country, David. Consistency, though, is going to be a big thing for them moving in.
Yes, you got to use this. You got to look at what you did wrong. You got to say, okay, maybe we're not as good as we thought we were. Just because we were number one, that doesn't mean anything until the end of the season. And you're the last guy standing, and you have the trophy. So take this loss, work on some of those things you think you need to